Kaira tamate tai. Here is a little bit more information on moods in Greek verbs. What the mood indicates to you is how the speaker presents the action of the verb. Okay, so some examples should make that clearer. The indicative, which is the most common mood, is where the speaker is presenting the action as a fact. Now, it's very important to realize that doesn't necessarily mean that it is a fact. Okay, here's my dog. I can say my dog is cute. That's indicative, and that is, of course, a fact. I can say my dog is smart. Also indicative. I'm also presenting that as a fact, but it is, in fact, not true. My dog is stupid. The indicative is also used for questions. Is my dog black? Is my dog blue? All of those are presented in the indicative. There is nothing at all hypothetical or uncertain about the verb. The next mood that we'll encounter is the imperative, and here the speaker is presenting the action of the verb as a direct order or command. So if I say, Pippi, wake up, I'm giving Pippi an order, and that would be a second person imperative because that order is addressed to a second person. If I say, let's go for a walk, that is in fact a kind of a first person plural imperative. Sometimes that's called a hortatory, but it's the same thing. It's exhorting first person plural to an action. And then in Greek you get even a third person imperative, which English really can't do, but the way in which we tend to translate it is again with the verb let her eat cake. What that's doing is giving her an order, but not directly addressing her. So eat cake would be second person imperative, let her eat cake, third person imperative, and you can tell that Pippi is excited about the prospect of eating some cake. But then the two moods that we'll probably spend the most time on in Greek are the subjunctive and the optative, and those are the two moods which are just everything else that's not indicative. Okay, so if indicative presents the action as fact, subjunctive and optative present the action as something other than fact. There's a very wide range of usages for the subjunctive and the optative in Greek, and you'll be learning the specifics of them as they come along, but some of them are hypothetical. If Pippi were a dragon, I could fly on her. I could fly on her, potential. I fear she might drop me, something that could or maybe not happen in the future. If only she would stop barking, a wish, something that you hope for but are not certain of. All of those kinds of moods are part of what the subjunctive and the optative do in Greek. Now, important thing to understand about moods is that the non-indicative moods in the Greek verbal system, so imperative, subjunctive, optative, have only aspect and not time. So while there will be different forms for aorist and present and perfect, the past ones will never get a temporal augment because time is not indicated. The aorist indicates simply simple aspect, the present indicates progressive aspect, the perfect indicates completed aspect, and there is no sense of time at all because remember, only indicatives are presented as actually happening and therefore happening in time. The other moods are not presented as actually happening and therefore are divorced from time.